You were talking about snogging your posters of your crushes and all the rest of it. There's this thing on Mum's Net, and one mum was saying, well, she was asking advice, as they do, you know, they put it out there. She says that she no longer snogs her husband of 7 years. Ooh. And so she's worried that this is not normal. So, you know, should you still be... How important is it to snog?
I think it's different for different people, and there is no just one normal. But I love kissing Joe. I love snogging Joe.
Snogging? Yeah,
I really like. I really enjoy that. That for me is more intimate than anything. Is that kiss and that snog.
And you can get done quicker.
Well. You know what? Everyone lives such a busy life nowadays. We've all got work and kids, and if you haven't got the time to give them everything, sometimes
I was just about to say snogging takes longer, but I thought Eddie would kill me.
Oh, it's so good that you didn't say it to me. That's so phew. Eddie won't have to be really annoyed now.
I often think that snogging is like, you know, when you've got a baby and they're crying for the bottle.
Where are we going with this?
But you give them the dummy for as long as you can. Because you just don't want to get up and make the bottle. That's what I would say snogging is. It's like the dummy before the bottle.
So, does Joe ever get the bottle?
No, he's breastfeeding. He's breastfeeding.
So, let's pull it back again. Let's pull it back. So it's a joy in itself.
It is
for you,
a joy.
rather than
for more reasons
yeah, but come
than one.
on. Sometimes you do forget about snogging, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I forgot about it for 10 minutes.
I get why it happens to people.
Well, I mean, it's the word that you used initially, isn't it, Stacey? It's intimacy. And, I mean, we often... Oh, well, we're always talking about sex, aren't we? Generally, the world is always talking about sex. It's how many times should you have sex, or else your relationship is doomed. Should you be snogging? Should you be doing this? I think in any relationship, you do need intimacy. And for some people, it could be hugging or holding hands, or whether they want to have sex every minute of every day, that's up to them. But whether those two people are happy with the level of intimacy that they have,
and
then
I think that takes work for that to stay in place over 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And you can get to a place of comfort where you're not really bothering, and that feels nice because everybody's comfortable and they're not really bothering, and then it can go on for a bit too long. So I do think that you do have to work a bit into when you're first with each other, you just don't even think about it. You're just being intimate all the time with every single thing you do.
Undulating.
You're feeding each other, you're adoring his dirty socks, everything is intimate. And that can only last for so long. And the real work of love, that's what I would say, the real work of love is just actually go, oh, well, actually, why don't I just make that space in my head to hold his hand or have a bit of a cuddle or have a bit of a snog? And those things, I think, are necessary.
Yeah. Well, we did a little poll on this, actually. People who still snog and still think a snog is important. 59% of you were still ardent snoggers. Which means that 41% in long-term relationships aren't, but they might be doing something else.
Yeah. But do they have to stand, like stacking the dishwasher together, Kay?
That was another conversation that I really wish hadn't been raised on air, but never mind, let's move on.